Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach. Have not seen the fam here in a while. Great to be here. Great to see everybody. Awesome to be back in the mix here. I'm going to be popping in from time to time, but being New Year's Eve, I thought it would be a great day to jump in, say hello to the family, get some information together, get some picks out there so that we all can get after it and get it done, man. So very good stuff. I'm solo tonight. Crash will be back later with Steven to do the NFL football. So it's going to be a new year, and we have the countdown here to get there. So hopefully everybody's filtering in. Great to see so far. David, of course, David Dulac in there, Double D. Great to see you, my friend. Emerson Baby Gap shirt, as always. Great to see you. The other Double D, Damian Darby's also in the mix. Missed you guys too, man. It's been a really busy time for me, a fantastic time. And I know we're on a time crunch here because we have 58 minutes until lock, and I'm going to try to hit these 8 games in about 30 minutes so I can get some lineups together for our family in there. So I'll be doing that in Discord at about 6:45, give you a good 15 minutes before lock, and then we'll get that going. Also today, I'm going to give away a $10 ticket. So if I call you out during the podcast, please jump on Twitter, go to @DFS Coach Talk, and on DFS Coach Talk, just DM me your PayPal email, and I'll get you the $10 ticket over to you so you can use it either tonight or you can use it for NFL football tomorrow, whatever is going to work for you. You like the beard there, David, huh? A little bit different, man. Absolute Power has joined the crowd. All right. King of Smack, what's up? Smacky, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Pain Blank SM, also known as Dead Presidents. Let's go. Great to see you also, man. But feeling great and ready to roll. Just real quickly here as the last few people are jumping in. I am on the West Coast now. I'm a left coast guy. So relocated, love it. Love it so far. A little bit of a different background for now, but I'll get that set up as we go. And so just trying to get used to the 3-hour time difference is really bizarre, but trying to get used to that and trying to get after it. So it's good times. It's only 3:03 here on the left coast. So used to it being 6 o'clock when we're jumping on. So a little bit different, but it's all the same everywhere. And even though midnight's going to strike on the East Coast 3 hours before it does here, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Regardless of where you're listening, we also have members from Australia, Canada, France. We've got people from all over the place. So happy new year to everybody. Appreciate everybody that's been with Coach Talk throughout all of 2022. I know I've been on the move a lot. I've had a lot of things, good things, but a lot of things going on. And I just want to give a shout out to my team here at Coach Talk because could not even get close to doing any of this without them. Specifically, number one, Josh Crash Davis. He has been my right hand and left hand at times here, and he does an absolutely fantastic job. And I'm very blessed to have him in the Coach Talk family. Also, of course, Deb Lutz. She is a superstar. We all know it, and we're so lucky to have her on the team. Adding Stephen Miller to football this year has been a monster plus for us. Very, very excited about having him, throughout the future and all the football that we're doing. And then, really, behind the scenes, we don't really talk much about him, but Brett Trimble, who for our Discord people, he goes by Deffy in there. He's been with me since day one when we started Coach Talk, and he set up Discord and has done all those things, and just love him too. So really appreciate my team. Like I say, I'm going to be jumping in and out for a little while. Really, Crash is going to steer the ship, but I'm going to do podcast here and there with Crash and with Deb, and I'll throw one in like this once in a while as well with some lineups and bonus lineups for members. So love that. So now the last thing, if you want to join us and you haven't thus far, you're ready to renew, go to dfscoachtalk.com. You can get as little as a week for $9. That's it. And we have been on fire. We have been doing great. There was a good 3 or 4 day stretch, I know, where Crash and Deb and everybody had it just smashing. And Steven just always crushes football. So there's no doubt about that. So anyway, Happy New Year to everybody. I have a lot to do here in a short window. I'm down to 25 minutes or so. And I'm going to hit the 8 games, talk about some injuries, some how we stand offensively and defensively, and a couple of these matchups. The last thing I have to say, though, is the other reason I'm so excited to come on is Luka effing Doncic, my man, and my ladies, everybody that's on here. In the last 2 games, he's combined for almost 200 fantasy points. Yes, I did say that, 200. That's almost 100 points a game average for the last 2 games. Luka effing Doncic. I got to say it. I just can't freaking believe it. I watched that game the other day, the 60-point, 20-rebound triple-double that's never been done before. I was losing my damn mind. I'm telling you, I just love it. Love basketball, love Coach Talk, love all you guys and gals. So happy that you're joining us. Stay tuned for the whole entire thing. We're not going to do any 2 brains because I only have my half a brain here right now. But I will be putting out full lineups for Yahoo and Fanduel and a core build for Draftkings in Discord at 6:45. So we better get our tails cooking here. King of all trades, how are you, my friend? Great to see you in here. Very good vibe tonight for sure. Some of our regulars all in here. Absolutely love it. I missed you guys, and let's get after it. All right, here we go. Latest news real quickly. Let's do a real quick check and get that information. Okay, Dennis Smith remains out. Ben Simmons is available to play today. Edmund Summer is good to go. Kevin Love is starting tonight, so we need to look at that as a value play. Karis LeVert also starting. No Darius Garland tonight. He is out. No Evan Mobley tonight. So is it going to be Cleveland Cavaliers going to be the place to go for value? Probably. Let's see. Josh Green not cleared for contact yet. Luka is officially available tonight. He knew I was doing the podcast. He couldn't let me down, man. There's no way. Javonte Green is playing. Kobe White is available tonight against Cleveland. No Goran Dragic. Caruso is in for the Bulls. So is Derek Jones. Malcolm Brogdon off the injury report, but that's for Sunday. Devin Vassell ruled out tonight. And then Udonis Haslem, questionable. I'm not playing Udonis Haslem. So that's the word there. Chris Middleton still sidelined. Crash. Sorry, that was on the update. Okay, game number 1, my friends. Here we go. 7 p.m. We've got 4 7 p.m. Eastern games, which 4 p.m. Eastern for me on the left coast, which is really weird, but I will eventually get used to it. Cleveland Cavaliers 22-14 at the Chicago Bulls 16-19. We have Cleveland 2.5-point favorite at 224 total. And if you want to play on the money line, Cleveland is a 140 favorite. And it looks like from an injury standpoint, Robin Lopez is probable. No Garland, no Mobley, as we said. Osman questionable. No Rubio, Wade, or Windler. For Chicago, Green is in. No Lonzo Ball. And we've already mentioned about Goran Dragic being out. So that is what the situation looks like there. We've got Cleveland, the slowest team in the association, 30th in pace. Chicago, 13th. And on top of that, for a negative DFS effect, even though Cleveland's going to be super popular, they are the number 1 defensive team in the league going against Chicago's 18th defense. So Cleveland games have not been the best to target, without question. because of the slow pace and the great D that they play. Chicago, again, being in the bottom half, I will be going to some of the Cavaliers, probably two of them, because of the value we're going to get on Kevin Love and LeVert. And maybe it's just let's spend up and go with Donovan Mitchell. When Garland's been out, Mitchell's been an absolute monster. Also, with Mobley out, Jared Allen's been a monster. So I can see almost every lineup I have at least two Cavs, one value Cav with either a Love or LeVert, probably leaning to Love right now, and then one pay up Cav, being probably Donovan Mitchell, maybe Jared Allen. So great place to go. Chicago Bulls, not wasting any time there. I'm not going to play. Best defense, slowest pace. Don't like playing the Bulls anyway. They're 3 games under 500. They're not my favorite team to roll out DFS-wise. All right, game 2, 7 o'clock as well. It's the New York Knicks, 18-18. The Houston Rockets, 10-25. Certainly in the sweepstakes for Wembanyama. And, man, would he be an add to that team with the young talent they already have. Hopefully, I'm hoping the Rockets get him, believe it or not. Knicks are 20th in pace. Houston 14th. Defensively, Knicks are 10th. Houston third to last defensively. So still a good team to pick on. The problem is here we don't know about Jalen Brunson yet. He is questionable. That news should drop any second. If we get it, somebody throw it in chat because that makes a big difference. Quickly's been very playable. Grimes has been fantastic. I would consider either one of those guys, especially if Brunson's out and the poor defense that Houston plays. Houston on the other side of the ball, I'm looking more towards a Şengün. We've got Tate out for them. Also, RJ Barrett being out for the Knicks. That really, helps Quickly and Grimes. As you know, Obi Toppin's still out as well. So not as high on the Houston side. Definitely I would like to dial up a Nick or two, or at least a variation of them. From the Houston side, you can always go Şengün or Porter or Green. Those are the 3 guys I usually target. Jabari Smith has really improved, but very inconsistent as you would expect as a rookie. The Knicks are favored by 3.5. It's a 222.5 total. Knicks 170 on the money line. So 2 games that are definitely decent. Cleveland mainly because of the guys that are out, and the Knicks mainly because of the poor defense Houston plays. Check chat super quick. Let's see. Brunson is out. Okay, thank you, Absolute Power. So that just really, for me, really bumps up Quickly and Grimes as the 2 go-to guys. Also, if you want to spend the big bucks, you have a chance, at Randall there. But I don't know if I want to spend the dollars in that spot. So excellent. Thank you for that update for sure. Last slate of the year. I know, isn't that crazy, man? And when you think about it, you go back and look at the January 1st slate that we did, and then here we are at the end of the year already. It's like, where is time? It just flies by. All right, back to the third game, and it happens to be my Dallas Mavericks, 20-16 against the San Antonio Spurs, 12-23. Remember that first week of the year when San Antonio was like 6-2 and ranked real high in every category? They are now where I expected them to be, dead last in defense. So there you go. In this game, by the way, Dallas is favored by only 7. It's in San Antonio, 231.5, which is just decent total. And you've got Luka just averaging 100 fantasy points over the last 2 games almost. Do you go back to Luka today? The question is, will I be going back to Luka today? And the answer is no. I know it's going to stun everybody, and any Mavericks fans that are watching are going to throw something at their computer or their phone. But I just can't pay that money against a lousy Spurs team, even though the Spurs are the worst defensive team in the league. Pop is going to try to double Luka and get the ball out of his hands. He still can coach. And if they limit his possessions at the price that he's at, but a really shitty game right now for Luka is like 75. So I get it if you want to utilize him. I'm going to try to use that money in a few other spots. And I know it sounds crazy, but last slate of the year, and my man has been phenomenal but I am not going to go Luka today. So I'm sorry, folks, and you can do it if you like. I would not blame you for the least bit. Dallas is 29th in pace, San Antonio 7th, so it's a massive pace-up game for Luka. I get it. And Dallas 12th in defense, and as I said, Spurs are dead last. Luka's going to play. They thought about sitting him this game, so that's my biggest thing is just the fact that they weren't sure he was going to go full tilt. Just think they'll take it a little easier on him, maybe have him sit an extra set, whatever it is. And at that price, man, you need full-blown Luka to get there. And I don't know. It is what it is, but you can't say that I'm, flip-flop on anything. That's just the way I'm going. Finney-Smith, Green, and Kleba are out, and Bates-Diop and Vassell are out for the Spurs. So, again, with the spread and the pace and lines, this is not my favorite game. I think Christian Wood is a decent play, but I'm not crazy about his price either. I think if Luka takes any half a step back at all, it may be Dinwiddie that's the guy that steps up. So there's certainly something you can look at. And then, you can't play more than one Spur, not with the pace and defense that Dallas has been playing. Trey Jones, Romeo Langford, Keldon Johnson. I like Keldon when Vassell doesn't play, so you can look at those guys. Really, that's about the only spots that I would go. So maybe a one-off on each side in this game. That would pretty much be it for me for Dallas at San Antonio. All right. Let's see. David Cuff, how are you, my friend? Thank you for joining in. Oh, Şengün is out. Okay. Thank you, Absolute Power. Keep feeding it in there because I can't look at everything at once here. And when the news breaks, I'm not seeing it. So no Şengün. Let's look right back at that real quickly here. With him out, that makes me want to play Jabari Smith. I've done it in the past. I've said that when Şengün sits, I think Jabari gets a few extra rebounds, a few extra shot attempts. I know it's a risky play, but certainly one that I am going to consider now. Also, it props up Porter and Green, not both, one or the other, as a possible play as well. All right, next one, Brooklyn and Charlotte. Brooklyn's 23-12, Charlotte's 10-26. What a disappointing season for those guys. Really feel bad for what they've had to endure. Joe Harris, probable for Brooklyn. Martin, Oubre, and Smith out for Charlotte. Brooklyn is 22nd in the league in pace. Charlotte is 10th, so good pace-up game for Brooklyn. Defensively, Brooklyn's 9th. They got to 23-12 by playing both ends of the floor, and they've done that very well. Charlotte is 23rd. So do you spend the big money and buy up for Durant? I think it's not a bad move, certainly one that I am considering. He's certainly cheaper than Luka, and definitely a possibility to go that direction. The line is only 6. Brooklyn's favored by 6, and you have a big 238 total. So KD, a definite option to play. Simmons is in, so he's going to get some minutes today. You do have Kyrie in there against the backcourt of the Hornets. So, an option. Certainly can't play Irving and Durant, but I would lean Durant at this moment on that side of the ball, and you can consider a second value play if you like. On the Charlotte side, again, Brooklyn's been playing some good ball, and they've been smacking people around. LaMelo Ball, his price is a little bit difficult, but I think he's in a great spot tonight. He would be my favorite Hornet if I went on that side of the ball here. The secondary choices, possibility of a PJ Washington, that's always more of a GPP play and risky play, but there is some possibility there. All right, let's get to the 8 o'clock games. 4 down, 4 to go. I'm staying on pace because I still have to get the lineups in for everybody. Octavius Bailey, what's up, man? How are you? Great to see you, my friend. Great to have you in here with us. Fantastic group here. We're growing. We got this group growing. I love it. Don't forget to stay in touch at the end here for this $10 ticket giveaway too. That is going to happen as soon as I finish the second half of the games. All right, game 5 of 8, and this is one of the 3 8 p.m. Eastern games. It's the Detroit Pistons at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Detroit is 9-29, so there is the other team that could be going Wembanyama here. And what an amazing thing. If it's not the Rockets, even maybe the Pistons are my favorite team to get them, because you had Duran and Stewart and Ivy, and of course their superstar backcourt, man, that's been out all year conveniently. They've got the makings of a dynasty. If Wembanyama is everything everybody says, which I think he's the best player to come out in the draft since LeBron, what a team the Pistons would be. And I'm rooting for them. They deserve it. They have not won since the Bad Boys. So that's been a while. For them, Kevin Knox questionable, Hayes and Livers out. Anderson, Edwards, and Gobert questionable for Minnesota. So Edwards and Gobert, that may have an impact on the game. News that we have to get. Again, if it's updated, throw it into chat so we can share that information. But that changes the whole complexion of that game. McLaughlin, Prince, and Cat are out, as we know. So where do we look here? Detroit's 15th in pace. Minnesota's the second fastest paced team in the league. So this game is a great game to target. They're going to get up and down the floor, no question about it. And defensively, Detroit second to last. They're terrible defensively. Minnesota 13th, a little bit better than they had been. Minnesota's favored only by 5, which I think they're not expecting Ant and Gobert to play. That's why that line is down there, but it's still a 233.5 total. 4.5 points lower than the Brooklyn-Charlotte game. But with this pace and lack of defense, this could be a real game to target. No question, if Edwards and Gobert are out, you can really start looking at Russell, Rivers, McDaniels. You have some really good opportunities here to get a really ceiling game from these guys. I know D'Angelo Russell's been massively inconsistent throughout his career, but can you get a better spot? I don't think you can, and I think he's going to be hard for me to fade. I'm going to be pulling up ownership here, and we'll talk about that. I want to wait till the last minute to do that so we get the most updated ownership as well. Also, on the other side of the ball with Detroit, you've got, Joseph. I've gone to Ivy a lot. He was my long shot pick during the draft for Rookie of the Year. I know he's not going to get it, but he's certainly could be a first or second team All-NBA rookie fella. Stewart and Duran, if you want to go big there. Also, if Gobert sits, either one, specifically Jalen Duran, I think a nice play today. Okay, real quick look here. Yes. Okay. So if you can, please hit the thumbs up. We'd appreciate that. That means a lot to us. And I know I forget to ask a lot of times. So if you can hit that thumbs up, really gets us jumped up on YouTube and moves us up that algorithm. So please hit the thumbs up if you are checking this out on this incredible New Year's Eve. All right. Let's look at the next game. We've got Philadelphia at Oklahoma City. Philly is 20-14. The Thunder 15-20. In this game, Philly's only favored by 3 on the road. It's a 226 total, so not a great total. And then you have 27th in pace Philly. That doesn't help. The Thunder have played quick at 4, but you've got 2 really good defenses. Philly's second. They've been phenomenal. And the Thunder 11th. So definitely a DFS deterrent there. No Harden and Tucker, are questionable. If anybody has news, throw it up there in chat. Maxey remains out. No Jeng Poku or JRE for the Thunder. So, a couple things we can look at. This is not going to be a target game for me by any stretch. I'm not going to pay up for Embiid in this game, even though he's been put up some ridiculous numbers too. But I need to know the news on Harden because the way the ball is dispersed and the usage, it shifts a lot whether he's in or out. So let's follow that game and see. But again, not really the game I'm going to target. SGA, he's been terrific, but the Philly defense and pace just not going to spend up for the big bucks there. So a game that I'm going to move by pretty quickly here, not a targetable game for my purposes with 8 games on the board. All right, the last 8 o'clock game, and then we have one 9 o'clock game. So I'm staying on pace here against all odds. Deb said I couldn't do it, and I'm going to get it done. Pelicans 23-12, Grizzlies 21-13. We've got a questionable tag on my man Trey Murphy. I was on him a lot early in the year, had some really good games for us. Ingram, Liddell, and Nance are out. For Memphis, Aldama questionable and Green out. So, Ja Morant, good play today. I think so. I think Ja might be one of your pay-up spots. If you determine Durant, Morant, one of those spots, I think are very doable for a pay-up option. But you have Bain back and Brooks in there and Jackson and Adams and their bench pretty intact. So the problem is, you get some usage sharing going on. If I'm going to go a Grizzly, I'm probably going to go all the way up to Morant. On the Pels side, we'll see if Murphy's in or out. Certainly CJ, always a potential play. I think CJ's a decent play tonight. The price is not really what I'd like, but if I don't go up to Morant or vice versa with Durant, then CJ would become a possible play. I think Zion, the way he's playing, it's difficult to fade him. However, Jaren Jackson, he's tough, man. I wouldn't play Jaren Jackson because I anticipate him getting in foul trouble against Zion, but he is a hell of a shot blocker and defender. So not going to spend the massive dollars for Zion here, although I don't think he's a bad play whatsoever. So very interesting game. Wouldn't mind a one-off on either side. May pay up the big bucks for Ja. All right, last game on the slate, 9 o'clocker. So it's a little bit early on the East Coast because we don't want anything leaking into the 12 o'clock New Year's hour. We've got the Heat at 500 and the Jazz at 500. So 2 teams sort of going in opposite directions overall. And we've got, let's see, Oladipo in, Haslam Martin questionable, Butler, Dedmon, Yurtseven out, and no report on the Utah guys at all here. I will say that, by the way, in that Pels-Memphis game, to go back a step, Memphis is a 6.5-point favorite, and it's a nice big fat 237 total. So definitely would like to have some exposure there. I bring that up because we have the lowest game on the board. Miami and Utah is only 225. Utah's a 4.5-point favorite, though. So it gives you some options here. Clarkson, Markkanen, Kelly O maybe. Although, did you see Kelly O get dunked on the other day by De'Aaron Fox? That was unreal. It was ridiculous. Then you've got a hero possibility, Strus, my go-to cheap guy that I always use, and Bam, who, again, I have a tendency to call him Bum more than Bam, even though I used to play him. I'm not as crazy about him anymore. So King of all trades said Zion question. Zion's been a monster. I just don't like the price. I like Jackson's defense. If Jackson gets in quick foul trouble like he usually does, Zion could be a great play. I just am not going to go there. I think he's going to be vastly popular, and I just would rather spend up for Durant or Morant in that one. But yes, I did see him get dunked on twice. But the one with Fox, though, it's like he went up, and then he got to Kelly O, and somehow in the midair, he went up again. I don't know how you can do that, but it happened. I saw it with my own eyes. All right, so let's get back to this game. So Miami's 28th pace, Utah's 11th. Miami's the 7th best defense in the league. Utah's all the way down to 26. They have just plummeted in that category. So As far as this game, again, you can't target it in my opinion, but I think exposure to it is not bad. I don't think it's as bad of a game. Like, I like that game better than Philly, Oklahoma. I know it seems strange, but I just think that it's more conducive to get a little bit more competitive game there, where you're going to get some guys reaching that 5x plus number. So I think you can look at either spot. All right, I'm going to call up ownership. We're going to do that. I have 4 minutes left, and I'm going to get this done. We've gone over all 8 games. If you have any questions, throw them in chat. I'm going to look at ownership right now. I am going to base it off of Draftkings. It'll give you a good enough feel, and it won't take beyond my 4 minutes. All right, Kevin Love, sort of a plug and play. I guess you got to take him. Same with Emmanuel Quickly. You know me, I don't play those top ownership guys if I don't think they're just slam dunk plays. But Kevin Love's 4,200, 64% owned, but I agree. Chalk block, I get it. But, if he has a bad game, it's not going to kill you. Same with Emmanuel Quickly. He's 5,700, 63% ownership. Those are 1, 2, and I agree with them. The third number, Karis LeVert, at only 4,300, 58%. Now, I used to be a massive LeVert guy. If you remember, I'd play him all the time because he was underpriced. But this year, he has killed me when I played him. He just has some games where he just flames out. So I'm not going to go there. He's 58% owned right now on DraftKings. And certainly a place you can go. I do agree you got to go Love or LeVert. I'm not going to go both. I'd rather go Love and Mitchell, to be honest with you, from the Cavs. Then you have Sadiq Bey, only $4,000, 38% ownership. It's hard to figure with him, though. Is that a slam dunk play or not? You're taking a risk, but it may pay off. Everybody's paying up for Julius Randle at 10-1. He's 35%. And I understand it with Brunson being out. Certainly a possibility of a nice play. You have no Şengün. Şengün's not a good defender, though. If they have Jabari in there and get some of the rotation off the bench of Houston guys, I think they can be better defensively, which makes me downgrade Randle a little bit. I'd rather have Şengün in if I was going to play Randle. Luka, there you go, 29%, averaging 100 almost fantasy points the last 2 games. He's 12-1. I'm just not going to do it. I'm embarrassed to say it. I hope he throws another 100 on the board. God bless you, Luka. But I just don't want 70 from Luka today. I don't think I need it at 12-1. So it is what it is. I do love the next guy, though. 28% owned Donovan Mitchell. He's been an absolute monster when Garland sits. I think you got to go there. I already said Joel Embiid, who's next at 11K at 25%. Not going to be my target today just because I don't like the game set of that game. If it stays close, though, he can break the slate. Ja is a place I'm looking at 23% as well at 9.8. The fact that he's sub 10K, I'm plugging him in. Naz Reid, another solid play. If Gobert sits, dial up Naz Reid. He's 4,700, 22.5% ownership. Looks great from there. Here's the rest real quickly that are 20% down to 10%. Jalen Green, Jalen Noel, Jakob Poeltl, Jarrett Allen, Lamar Stevens. I don't like Lamar Stevens. Usman Garuba. Don't talk about Garuba in front of Deb and I. He broke our backs, the one slate we could have won it all. Alec Burks. I've always been a Burks fan. 4,500 is very tempting. KPJ. Jabari Smith, who I'm leaning towards at only 11.5%, and he's only 4,900. He may get the call for me today, more than likely. Kyrie, Michael Conley, and Miles McBride. So that gives you a good feel for ownership up to the moment, for sure. Extra run for Niang and Milton in GPPs. Yeah, maybe GPP plays. I'm not going to use either one of those guys in cash, but I think GPP for sure might be a solid play. Todd lives for New Year's Eve. What's up, my man, Todd? Happy New Year to you, my friend. I'm glad that you're jumping in here with us. Been in and out of hospital with back and neck issues. Dang, man. Well, stay out of the hospital and get well. We need you in here. We love having you as part of the family. So really hope you can be in there and be with us throughout the entire 2023 season. All right, I'm right at the last minute. This will give me about 10 minutes to get my lineups finalized and posted. If you want to become part of what we're doing at Coach Talk, go to dfscoachtalk.com. You can join for as little as $9 a week. If you have a membership that's coming up, great time to renew. Decide, hey, I'm not losing in DFS like I had been. I am going to turn it around 2023. I'm going to have a winning year. I recommend keeping track. Keep track on a daily basis, wins, losses. You have to have a scorecard to know where you're at. Keep track of it. Don't go all in. Coach Talk process, 15, 20% of your bankroll. Stay focused, stay disciplined. That's the best way to go into DFS for 2023. Love all you guys and gals. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for being part of the Coach Talk family. I'll be in and out here for the next couple of months as I'm getting relocated and resituated. Crash is going to be running the whole 9 yards and getting it done. And then certainly Deb and Steven will be jumping in a bunch as well. So thank you so much. Let's get that ticket giveaway. 10 free bucks. 10 free play to somebody great. The winner is Damian Darby. It is a double D, in fact, that wins. So Mr. Damian Darby, congratulations. You finished 2022 with a winner. Just shoot me a quick DM on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk, Mr. Damian, and we'll get that 10 bucks over to you so you can get a big winner tonight in the NBA. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to everybody. Again, appreciate, love all you guys. You can DM me anytime in Discord. I'm always checking in. Or if you're not a member on Twitter, if you want to get to me directly, I'm at Joe Sarvadi, JoeSarvadi, or I'll also check at DFS Coach Talk. All right, my friends, Happy New Year. Have a great one. Appreciate it. Let's take some stuff down to finish up this year and start off the new year red hot. That's the plan. So appreciate it. Have a great one. Blessings to everybody on the new year. 2023 is going to be a great one. Take care, and we'll see you again tomorrow when we look to crush it in NBA DFS and NFL DFS.